我不用看它吧，我就只用看这个就行了。
对，如果有人互动的话，你就在这儿看一下，它会显示在底下。
好，
然后就可以。
好的 ，Thank you。
有什么问题给我发消息啊。
好的，Thank you。Hello, good afternoon. Yeah, this is it's the afternoon time in China now. It's 4 p.m. o'clock, and very glad to meet you. This is Michelle of Doing Holdings from China, and we are the branch of the Doing Holdings. We are Henan Doing Environmental Protection Technology, branch company, because we are a comprehensive big company. Yeah, so we are just one of the branch of our holdings. And today I will introduce how to convert the waste plastic and tire into diesel. Yeah, we have different model of types, different model of the plants, of the pyrolysis plants to recycle the waste tire and the plastic. Today I will introduce them one by one for you, and you could choose the suitable model according to your situation. Yes, and you could leave messages to us uh, at the platform, and we will reply to you in time. Okay, first we'll have a brief introduction of our company and our machines, our plants. Yes, we are doing group, and there is a showing of our company, our factory team activities, and our factory, our office. The doing was set up at 2011, and we have been built for 12, 13 years to this year. We just celebrated our 13th anniversary at March. Yes. So during the 30 years, we are all worked. We are all dedicated into the researching, designing, and the research of the waste recycling plant manufacturing. So we have sold our plants to over 90 countries, and we also built a branch office at Nigeria before, and but because of the COVID-19, our people retreated to China. But in the future, we will reopen it again, and we plan to build over 10 of our branch office all over the world. In the Southeast Asia, South America, the Africa. Yes, this area will all have our branch office in the future. First, I introduce the batch type pyrolysis plant. The batch type pyrolysis plant has been popular during the 13 years. The batch type machine is still popular in many areas, in many countries, like in Africa, in South America, and in the Southeast Asia. For these areas, the batch type machines are still popular, but And we have different model, different processing capacity of the batch type pyrolysis plant. This batch type pyrolysis plant could be used to process different materials like with rubber, with tear, with plastic, with oil sludge, the solid type oil sludge. Yes, all could be processed by the batch type machine. We have 100 kilogram, 500 kilogram capacity small capacity machine. These two small capacity machine are mainly used to do the test for some cleans. Some cleans want to test their materials, then they don't want to set up a big plant at first, so they will prefer to use the small machine to make the test first. Then the 100 kilogram and the 500 kilogram machines are very suitable for them. We have sold many the testing machine to Europe, to America, and to some universities. Next is the 1 ton, 2 ton. These two models are more suitable for the planes that has the limited budget, and the material source are also limited. Like you could only collect about 1 ton to 2 ton materials per day. Then the small capacity machine is also suitable for you. And next is the 5 ton, 10 ton, 12 ton, and 15 ton capacity machine. These four models are all. The 5 ton is the customized model, and usually clients will prefer to the 10 ton, 12 ton, and the 15 ton capacity machine. And now the 15 ton machine is more and more popular during our cleans, among our cleans, yes. And the 10 ton and 12 ton were also popular before and also popular now. So if you have decided to do this project and you want to make the reasonable profit, then suggest to the 10 ton, 12 ton, and the 15 ton machine to you. And for the big capacity, the 10 ton, 12 ton, and the 15 ton machine, there are also there are also there are also some optional devices to there. New clean. New clean. Welcome to our live show. Yes, and for the 10 ton machine, it will occupy about 300 square meters to 450 square meters. The array, the room to build the plant. Usually, the length for installing the machine will be about 30 meters to 35 meters. If you process plastic, 30 meters is enough. But if you want to process with the tear, suggest 35 meters for the length. And for the width, one such machine will occupy about will be more enough. And there is the road room. And for the 10 meters, it's not very enough. But it's also okay. We could design for you. Yes, and for installing the machine, when after you finalize your land to install, which is used to install this project, we could design the layout for you. Yes, we have our technician teams. Yeah, we have our technical department. We have many engineers. Our engineers will be responsible for the designing, the developed, and for everything of our machines. Yes, we design and manufacture by ourselves completely. So our engineer will also provide the necessary drawings to our client, like the layout, like the P&ID, and everything. And this is the introduction of the material. We could take a look of the material. Usually the tears and the plastic are the normal material. With the rubber is also okay. And the oil yield is also depends on your material quality. If you use the automobile tears, the truck tears, and then the oil yield will be high, about at least 45%. And but if you use the small car tire and the motorcycle tires and the bicycle tires, then the oil yield will be low. The oil yield is mainly depends on the rubber quality. The good rubber quality, the oil yield will be high for the good quality rubber. And then for the plastic, the oil yield differ very much from different type of plastic. The good materials are the PP, PE, PS. These three type plastics will have the very high oil yield. About if your material is very pure PP, PE, PS, the oil yield will arrive to 90%. But usually, our cleans material will be the mixed plastic, some garbage plastic. Then the oil yield will be between 40% to 60%. And if you process the medical waste, the oil yield is about 75%. So the oil yield from the plastic is not fixed, and it differs much according to your plastic quality and the plastic type. Yeah, we could take a look of the different oil yield of the different plastic. And please, there is a reminding that PVC and PET are not suitable for the pyrolysis to produce oil. So suggest that your material uh, don't include this two type plastic. Then introduce the final product. First is the carbon black. Carbon black is the byproduct from the tear plastic pyrolysis, and it could be you could sell the crude carbon black directly, or you could do the further process to make the carbon black to the bore, to the core, core to the briquette, and then use as the heating fuel, or you could grind it to finer powder, and you could sell it to the rubber processing factory to make to make the new tire and the shoes like this. And then the steelware is also the byproduct. Usually the weight of the steelware is about 15%. You will get about 15% from tear pyrolysis. You could sell it to the steel factory directly. And then is the oil. The tear plastic pyrolysis oil is a kind of crude oil. It's mainly used as the heating fuel to the steel factory, the boiler heating, the cement factory. This to use as the heating fuel mainly. And if you don't have the enough market for the crude oil, you could choose to refine it to diesel. The diesel could be used at the burner, the heavy machinery, the generator ship, like this. This is our reactor. Our reactor is designed according to the professional or pressure vessel with the arc type seal height at the both ends, and to promise our reactor quality. This is the height seal we use, and we use the Q245R, the professional boiler plate. This is our welding process. We adopt the 3-step welding process, and the spot welding first, and then make a groove like the one shooting like this. There is the 60 degree groove, and then use the auto welding machine to make the welding, because the welding is very important to the reactor quality. This is a picture of our reactor. And this is a simple profit analysis according to 10-ton machine. Yes, and you could change it to your local price, to your local currency according, yes, the cost, the tear cost, material cost, yes, the power cost. You could change it to your local. You could change, modify according to your local situation, and then get the profit, income per day. Yes. We could do the profit analysis according to your local market also, but you needed to provide the data. Yeah, you could contact with our sales manager. We could do this for you. And the safety device are in our machine. The oil water separator to purify the oil gas and avoid oil gas flowing back. And this is a water seal. Water seal is used to avoid tear gas flowing back. And this is the vacuum device. Vacuum device is used to extract the residue oil gas in the reactor after pyrolysis, before the reactor cooling. First, it mainly could promise that all the oil gas will be extracted out. There is no residue oil gas in the reactor. Then when your worker opens the door, there is no dangerous. There is very safe. It's very safe. No dangerous factors. This is the distillation machine. The distillation machine is used to refine the pyrolysis oil to diesel, or it could also used to convert the waste engine oil to diesel. The diesel yield is about 85%. Yeah, very high. And the diesel market is more big than the pyrolysis oil. And the byproduct from the distillation machine is the asphalt. Asphalt could be used for paint or refinery. Yeah, we have two designs of the distillation machine. I will introduce it more details in later. Next, next is our new technology for the continuous tap pyrolysis machine. The continuous tap machine is more and more popular. It's becoming more and more popular now in all over the world, but mainly in India, in China, and in some South American countries. The continuous tap machine is more suitable for the bigger scale project. The smallest processing capacity is 15 tons per day. Is 15 tons per day, and we have 15 tons, 20 tons, 30 tons, and 40 tons, 50 tons, different capacity continuous machine. And this processing capacity is according to the rubber powder, not to the whole tier. Usually you will get about 80% rubber powder from the whole tier. So if you process 100 ton tier, you will get about 80 ton rubber powder. So for 50 ton rubber powder, you will process about 65 ton tier per day. Now, India government encourages the people to install the continuous machine. The continuous machine could run for over 30 days without stopping, and it run 24 hours. It could realize that discharging while feeding, feeding and discharging at the same time. So no need to stop the machine every day, and save workers. And also the continuous machine no need the extra heating fuel oil during the stable running. Just when starting and at the end, it will use some heating the pyrolysis oil as the extra heating fuel, and during the stable running, it just use the tear gas produced by itself. So save the heating fuel and save workers. One worker could control one line. But if you want to use the continuous machine, you must need to shred the tear into the rubber powder. The rubber powder will need to be under 5 to 10 mash. To promise that there is no still free rubber powder. So it has the high requirement of the feeding material. Okay, these are the three main products, and we also have another new technology for the semi-continuous, and also for the oil sludge processing. You have the special design for the oil sludge processing machine, mainly for the liquid oil sludge. We'll show you later. We have the special design for it. Many clients prefer to that design to process the oil sludge now. Now the main model is the batch type machine, the continuous type machine, and the semi-continuous machine. Semi-continuous machine is also popular among the clients now, because like their government, they don't want to use the batch type machine, and they think the cost of the continuous machine is too high. Then they will choose the semi-continuous machine. Yes. Next Next, we'll introduce the we'll introduce the 3D video. Yes, this is the 3D video. Of 5-type machine first. This is a plant with 2,000 square meters for a standard factory for six lines, 6 production lines. Because in China, if you wanted to do this project, you needed to promise that you could process at least 20,000 ton tear per year. Yeah, so need at least 10 need at least 12 ton lines. Yeah, then it shows the feeding system. 2 people. If you choose the auto feeder, if you use the auto feeder to do the feeding, then you just need 2 people. One controls the grab machine and one controls the auto feeder. Put the tear into the auto feeder and it will put the tear into reactor directly. If you use the auto feeder, will save the worker first, save the manual work first, and then also could save the feeding time. If you feed by the workers or feed by manual, you need at least 3 hours at least. And if you use the auto feeder, it will need about 1.5 to 2 hours to finish the feeding. And then close the door by the flange and light the burner. Light up the burner. The burner is very easy to operate. It's controlled by the button. You just need to push the button, and then the burner will work, starting work. This is the heating system. It's also the foundation furnace for the reactor. 1 10-ton, 12-ton, or 15-ton machine will need 4 burners, and the heat the reactor. The reactor is composed by 2 parts: the inner body reactor and the insulation cover. The insulation cover is fixed, don't move, and the inner body will rotate to in order the rotating is in order to the uniform heating. And you could see there is the screw scrap. When feeding the screws, the reactor will rotate that, and then the material will be transported to the end, and then when discharging, it will rotate at the opposite direction to discharge. After heating, the tear will be pyrolyzed at the high temperature, about 160 degrees, and the oil gas will be produced. This is the outlet. The oil gas and the tear gas will come out through the outlet, and then first get into the buffer tank. And you could see that this is the gearbox, the reducer. It's the power. It's also the power system for the reactor rotating. And there is the temperature meter, the pressure gauge, and the safety valve. So we have the very complete security system for our plant. The security is very important when you run the machine. And then the oil gas first get into the buffer tank. The buffer tank is used to purify the oil gas because when the oil gas just come out, the temperature is high and the speed is also high. It will bring with a little carbon black with it. Then the carbon black will deposit at the buffer tank, and the oil gas will go on to go up, get into the condenser system. So the buffer tank and also the buffer tank could be used to slow down the speed of the oil gas before it gets into the condenser system. Yeah, then this is the first step cooling. This is the first step cooling with two vertical condensers. The designing principle is that for the first cooling, the oil will be a little heavier than the behave, that will be a little heavier at the first. So to avoid the sticking to the wall, avoid the oil will be stick to the wall. So we designed it to the vertical tab, and with the full 108 tubes in one vertical condenser. So there are two vertical condensers. This will increase the cooling area to promise the cooling. And then there is new oil produced time by time, and will wash the wall of the tubes to avoid the sticking, avoid the blocking also. So this is our design principle. Yes, this is around the tubes. These are full of the circulating water. Circulating water will get in at the bottom and go at the upper. And then this is the first tank, oil tank. The cooled down liquid oil will be stored into the oil tank temporarily. Second, it's a condenser, but most is also a safety device. I introduced at above. This is used to avoid oil gas flowing back. You could see that the oil gas will get into the water first and then come out through the water. Then this water will purify the oil gas further. There is totally no no impurities in the oil gas, and also the water could be used to cooling down the oil gas. The oil gas will be cooled down to the liquid oil and then flow out through this port, get into the second oil tank. And you could see that there is also a water jacket. There is also a water jacket around the tank body, so it could cool down the water steam again, the water vapor again, to reduce the water content in the oil. The third cooling step is the horizontal cooling, because after two-step cooling, after first two-step cooling, the oil gas become very clean without any impurities. So it's no problem to get into the horizontal cooling. Don't need to worry about the block. And the cooling area of the horizontal condensers is very big. There are total 36 pieces of the tubes in one horizontal condenser. So there are total 72 72 tubes. The big cooling area will promise that all the oil gas could be cooled down to the liquid oil to increase the oil yield also. Because the oil yield means means the profit. And this is the four-step cooling. The four-step cooling is in case that there after the first three step cooling all the oil gas couldn't. There are still some little oil gas couldn't be cooled down to the liquid oil. So we designed the four-step cooling to promise that all the oil gas could be cooled down to the liquid oil. Promise the clean profit. Then this is the tear gas purification system, because there is still the non-condensable gas, that this part of the gas couldn't be cooled down at the normal temperature. It's more like the natural gas, but there is still some bad smell of this tear gas, especially from the tear pyrolysis. So we designed the smell remove device to purify the tear gas, to remove the bad smell, to promise that there is no bad smell in the factory. Then your workers will have the more better environment to work, and also could your government won't blame you. Then the purified tear gas will be recycled to the heating system to heat the machine. In fact, the pyrolysis machine are mainly heated by the tear gas produced by itself. The burner is the assist heating system. Only when starting and at the end we will use the burner to consume the fuel oil, pyrolysis oil to heat the machine. Then this is the flue gas. The flue gas will be produced when heating. The flue gas will be purified by the desulfurization tower. This is optional device you could choose according to your local situation. If your government has the strict requirement on the emission, then you could choose to equip the flue gas purification system. But if your government has no strict requirement on the emission, our machine is equipped with the standard type flue gas purification system also. You don't need to choose it. This is the desulfurization tower, mainly to remove the sulfur content in the flue gas. And now we use the FRP material of the desulfurization tower to promise the service life of the desulfurization tower. This is the vacuum system. The vacuum system is what I introduced the safety device also. It's used to extract the residue oil gas in the reactor, and then to the horizontal condensers to cool down to the liquid oil again. Because before cooling the reactor, you extract the oil gas out. Could reduce the cooling time, because the oil gas is very hot in the reactor, and it will keep warm of the reactor. So when you extract it out, will help cooling of the reactor, and the most important that the oil gas residue in the reactor is a little dangerous. So when you open the door, when you open the door, so this is the safety device that. And then the extra oil gas, there is still extra tear gas. Then the extra tear gas is not good to discharge it directly. So we built a burning room for the extra tear gas. The amount of the extra tear gas is not very much, and you could burn it directly. It's very safe and simple. Then it's the cooling system of the reactor. The cooling system will improve the efficiency of the machine running. Because if you let the reactor cool down at the just at the normal temperature and without any cooling system, it will take about 7 to 8 hours, even longer. But if our design the air cooling system for the reactor will help to reduce about half time of the cooling of reactor. Maybe you just need 4 hours to cool down the reactor. Yeah, the cold air will surround the whole reactor. And this is the discharging system. We use the set discharging system. We design the set discharging system. This set discharging system is more environmental protection. The carbon black will be discharged underground, and then it won't influence the factory ground. The carbon black will be will be discharged underground, and then use the collection system. This is the air transportation system to transport the carbon black to the carbon black storage workshop. Yes, then it will keep the pyrolysis workshop very clean. And then you could pack the carbon black directly at here or at here. You could pack it directly and sell. But if you want to make the further processing of the carbon black, you could equip the briquetting machine or the grinding machine to make the further process of the carbon black to get the high value byproduct. This is the briquetting production line. And this is the stillware pulling machine. The stillware pulling machine is also a kind of the how could I say, the environmental production, because there will be some carbon black stick into the stillware surface, and then when you pull it out, the carbon black will fly, so it will also influence the factory. Will pollute the factory. The carbon black will pollute the factory. So we designed this stillware pulling machine. It's completely sealed, and you could see there is a hole, a wing. This is a winch, and to pull the stillware out, you will please note that it's completely sealed. Yes, like this. And then after pulling out, you could transport the stillware to the stillware storage storage workshop, and yes, will keep the clean of the pyrolysis workshop. Then after at the end, you need to pump all the oil in the temporary oil tank to the big storage oil tank. You need to prepare the big oil storage tank at your local. The big oil storage tank is not included in our machine. Yeah, this is a whole introduction of the batch type machine. The batch type machine mainly needed to stop every batch. After every batch, you need to stop the machine and cool it and discharge it, and then start the next batch. For one side of the pyrolysis machine, you need about 3 to 4 workers to operate it. Mainly the feeding will take 2 people. The feeding, discharging. When discharging, you need people to keep an eye on the screw conveyor and pack the carbon black, and also the mainly the fare control. You need 2 people or 1 people to control the fare. The fare control is very important for the pyrolysis. To control the fare and then control the temperature rising. The temperature is very important for the pyrolysis. Yes. And just leave message to us if you have any questions. Yes. And next, I prefer to introduce the continuous tap machine. As I introduced that the continuous pyrolysis machine is more suitable for the big project, and the hot selling model is 50 ton rubber powder processing capacity, and the 3 ton, 30 ton, 40 ton, 50 ton. These 3 models are more popular among the claims. And as what I introduced, the advantage of the continuous machine is that it's more automatic running, and save labor, save manual work, and more safe, and more, yeah. Mainly suitable for the Europe market and the India, because now India government some states for some states the government has forbidden to install the batch type machine. They encourage people to install the continuous type machine. So the continuous type machine is more popular in India market now, and also similar in Chinese market. We have sold many continuous type machine during these 3 years. We have sold it to Russia, Kazakhstan, Brazil, India, yes, and China. This we also sold it to Spain before, but that's old design. We have updated our design now. Yeah, this is the lifting feeding screw conveyor to lift the rubber powder into the horizontal feeding screw. Our feeding and discharging system of the continuous machine adopt the special material seal technology structure to promise. In fact, the most important to realize the continuous running is the sealing to avoid air get into the system, and also the furnace design. We also adopt the special indirect heating system to heat the machine. Yeah, the fire will heat the air first, and then the hot air will heat the rotating reactor. Uniform heating, and this will protect the reactor of the continuous machine and promise the service life. The service life of the continuous machine designed is for 10 years at least. And this is the middle supporting ruler, because the total the length of the continuous machine is too long and not convenient to transportation, so we need to cut it to half off and then connect together at the side. This is the circulating water, and this is the cold oil to promise that the temperature of the roller will keep low. This is very important to avoid the deform of the roller and prolong the service life of the roller. And then this is the oil gas. It will take about 4 hours from feeding to the discharging. From that end to this end, it will take about 4 hours. During these 4 hours, the rubber powder will be pyrolyzed completely. This is also a big buffer tank. The oil gas will go up, and the carbon black discharged down. The buffer condensing tank. It has the buffer tank function, also has the condenser function. So there is also liquid oil produced at the buffer condensing tank. This design is to promise the running time of the continuous machine. Purify the oil gas. And there is the circulating coil for the circulating water in the oil tank to cool down the temperature of the oil. Because for the continuous design it will run over 30 days without stopping. Whatever how big capacity oil tank we prepare is not enough. So you need to pump the oil out time by time. And now we design it for the automatic pumping. Yes. When the oil arrive to the certain level, and then the pump will open directly to pump the oil out. This is also our special design. So we need to promise that the oil temperature couldn't be high. And this are 3 vertical condensers with many tubes in it to increase the cooling area and promise all the oil gas could be cooled down. There are 3 buffer condensing and 3 vertical condensers. This is the water seal also to avoid the tear gas flowing back. And this is a big capacity, smell remove device, also to purify the bad smell from the tear pyrolysis. This all use the circulating water, no wastewater produced. And then the purified tear gas will be recycled to the furnace to heat the machine. Yes, the continuous pyrolysis machine will mainly use the tear gas as the heating fuel. So save much cost of the heating fuel, the oil. And we also provide the platform. This platform is provided by us. And this is the flue gas purification system. First is the air-cooled device to cool down the flue gas temperature. And then this is the post-dedust device, deduster system. And then the flue gas will get into the desulfusion tower to desulfur. Yes, then the flue gas, 3 layers. First is the uniform, and then the spraying, and the fog remove device. Remove the fog, remove the vapor fog. Yes, this is the whole line. And then the discharging shows the discharging. Yes, this is the first. Yes, we also use the special structure of the material by itself structure. And then there are 4 stages. This is the first stage. This is second stage. The second, third, and the fourth stages are always the circulating cooling water, to promise that after when the carbon black get out from the discharging system, it's close to the normal temperature, atmosphere temperature, and then you could pack it directly. And then this is the safety design to discharge the extra oil gas in the system to another backup water seal. Yes, this is the oil pump system. Every tank with one oil pump. Yeah, this is the whole line. And just feel free to contact with us if you have any questions about our pyrolysis machine and the distillation machine. We will provide the professional service from the pre-selling, after-sale, pre-sale, after-sale, and the factory layout design and etc. We will all be responsible for it. So just ask your questions if you have any. Our lecture will end very soon, in 1 minute. In 1 minute. Okay, our live show will end today. Expect to see you next time. Bye, goodbye. Please contact with us. Our professional sales manager will contact with you. Bye bye.